Hi, it's me Hans from Project Lights Out, and today is Saturday, March 8th, 2014, and yeah, it's another live stream about a very serious topic about mind control. And I'm very proud to present you one victim, because mind control is not just technology, it's also yeah, it has to do with many things, more like torturing people, making experiments on people, not just on animals. You hear it right. It's they're targeting human beings. So I'm very proud to present you Jennifer Ayres. She's right here. I have her on Skype, and I will say hello to Jennifer. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Okay. Okay. I will give you the word because you know much more about this topic, mind control, and so you have all the time you want to talk. And okay, it's your time now. I put you here on screen, and tell us your experience and what you think, why and what, and whatever you want to talk to the people. It's your turn now.
Okay, well, I've been a victim of the government programs for probably about 8 to 10 years now.
Yeah.
The sound's gone, Hans.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, you can? Okay. So basically, I started noticing in the very beginning, like, something was going on at night, and where we would wake up like in the middle of the night around 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was really odd because it kept happening. It wasn't like it just happened one time. I mean, it happened night after night after night, but I didn't know anything about MK Ultra or mind control or any of this at that time. And so only looking back now do I realize that these signals being sent out even way before I had any idea that I was actually a target or a mind control victim. And then I started noticing that people would be repeating my thoughts back to me. I had a really nice job working at VSP, which is a vision insurance company, and they started letting me know, that they were repeating my thoughts back to me. They also had given me they're kind of nightmares / dreams, because they can induce dreams into your brain while you're sleeping. And so they would induce dreams into my mind, and then I even got perp at my work about dreams that I had had. So no way that the people you're working with could have any idea what kind of dreams that you're having. So it ended up being kind of dreams that are designed to like make you think there's something wrong with you. And so they would induce a dream in you, and then have people like tease you about that dream or try to make you feel guilty about that dream, even though it's not even you, it's the government doing it. But to someone who doesn't know about mind control yet, it is very real, and it becomes frightening that you're going into your work and you're having people repeat you back to you your thoughts or dreams that they've tried to make you feel guilty in, and things like that. So it's kind of like a psychological torture is what they're really doing. And what's interesting about mind control, there are people who have written books about this technology. In fact, one of the ones that's okay, I mean, it's good start to figure out what's going on with mind control. It's called Controlling the Human Mind by Dr. Nick Begich. And the reason I say it's kind of good is because it opens your eyes to the type of political control. It's actually more than political control. These people are monsters. I mean, they're trying to control people just for the fun of it. They're torturing people just because they can. It's not just that there's this person who's an activist or that person's doing something they don't like. It's not just that. I mean, they're literally torturing people because they can, and they have the power and they have the secrecy to do it because the public is not fully aware of what this part of the government's doing. But anyway, this book is a good start. It does not tell you the absolute horrors that targets are going through. It kind of just gives you a little bit of the history and background of this type of technology and some of its capabilities. And then at the end here on the back cover, it does go into a little bit of information about talking to select adversaries in a fashion that would be most disturbing to them. So it kind of using this for something really bad. And the problem is that they're not just targeting people that some would think would deserve it, you know, like a drug lord or a big dealer or a terrorist. I mean, they're not just going after the worst of the worst people here. I think right now it's more in an experimental phase. I've even gotten perked that I was lucky that I didn't go blind, because the technology that they're using does go into your mind, and I guess like your mind's eye. I think it's like your optic nerve or something. And that's how they get you to see images in your brain that they put there. A lot of times people are complaining that they're getting disturbing images put in their brain. Mine in particular has more been triggers, because I'm a mind control victim. They used this technology to hypnotize me, plant triggers in my mind which are supposed to control my actions while I'm awake. So just as an example, like if they put a trigger in my mind that every time I see a mirror, I pick it up, then when I see a mirror in real life, if I don't know that I'm mind controlled, I'll automatically pick it up. I mean, that's what hypnosis does. It trains your brain to react to a trigger or stimuli like this to do what they want you to do, therefore making you like a robot. You're like a government robot. The government programs you like a computer to react to certain triggers the way that they program you to react to them. And so the thing is, with a lot of people being targeted, I think it was an experimental phase because of the way that they've perked me about it. And there's a lot of victims out there that are suffering. I have a lot of Facebook friends that are targets, and so my news feed is full of complaints about what's happening to them, the tortures that they're going through. Some of them, it sounds, have it even worse than me. I mean, there's some people complaining that actual what they would probably call non-lethal weapons are being used on them. They feel like their organs are being burned, and a lot of other things. It's kind of hard to talk about because some things are really kind of gross. They're sexually harassing people with technology too. From my personal experience, they can induce things in you while you're sleeping. I mean, they've done it to me where they can actually induce an orgasm in a human being. And those are the kind of embarrassing things. They're kind of hard to talk about, but it's important to talk about it because the government is sexually harassing citizens, which is not right. And it's quite disturbing. Some targets have actually complained that they've been physically raped in real life. I haven't experienced that, but I can tell you that the other technology they're using to do these things, it is like being raped. I mean, if you're a very sensitive person and you don't really wrap your head around the fact that it's technology and these people they're sadistic, and if you don't really wrap around the fact that it's technology doing it and that's all it is, you know, and kind of just get it through your brain, it's just technology, don't take it serious, try to just avoid it or ignore what they did, just try to forget about it. Some people probably can't do that as easily as some others that are more scientifically minded. So it really is something It's just horrible. It's horrible to think that we live in a world where a government is going around having people raped and tortured, not only in the technological world, but in real life. Um, and that's not even the half of it. I mean, while they're doing, you know, those kind of experiments and stuff on you, they also have a harassment campaign that is deployed upon the targets. It's hard to believe that they have this much money and time and everything, but it really is true. It really is happening to everyday citizens. You don't have to be a huge political figure for them to spend millions of dollars to target you. I'm proof of that because I've been targeted for years and years and years. Some targets I know have been targeted for over 20 years. And we're talking about them being harassed, experimented on, and tortured every single day of their life for all those years. So we're talking a lot of work and manpower that's going on behind this. What is happening is a target is basically put on some kind of list so that when they go out, like if you go out of your house during the day, they will have certain people like placed in certain places in order to harass you covertly. The reason it's kind of covertly, the people don't just come up to you and start harassing you. Sometimes people will have a conversation with you that will have a harassing aspect to it, but a lot of times it's just them placing people in certain places just to try to make life hard on you. Like if you go to the grocery store, they'll have people deliberately come around the corner too fast with their cart or something, almost hit you. Or one time I even had them pretend that an assassin was after me. I was at Target, I think it was, of all places. I think I was shopping at Target. And this guy was obviously trying to make me believe that he was following me, and he was pretty scary. But I summed it up to government harassment, so I didn't take it that serious. But that can also be dangerous too, because what if it's not the government that time, and you assume it is, and then you really do get hurt, you know? If they're just playing with you all the time, it's really hard to decipher between what is the government harassment and then what could actually be a legitimate threat to you. Because sometimes with the government, especially if you're a person who's out and about talking about the targeting, you're on Facebook, people know you, people know what's happening to you, you're a little bit safe because it's hard for them, if they wanted to kill you, it's hard for them to do that without other people knowing what happened. You know, it's obvious at that point you know, if someone, you know, goes missing or something really horrible happens, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to see it. So it's kind of scary because it does get dangerous in that way because you don't know. I mean, you could be followed home by somebody who has nothing to do with the government and think it's the government and put yourself in danger. It's another bad aspect of this program. But anyway, so yeah, they'll place people out and about when you for a walk or you go to the store or whatever. At any time you're going to leave the house, you have to do it fast. Like I've been trying to teach my boyfriend how to do this because you know, when you go out, you got to just go quick. If you're going to go to the store, get your stuff, get in, get out. Don't give them time to set you up. Don't give them time to harass you. It's basically what you know, you have to learn when you're being targeted. Anyway, so that's one of the things they'll do. Another thing that they'll do is when you're in your home, they'll have people put together skits. So like people acting for the government to harass you. So you'll be sitting in your apartment or something and they'll have people set up outside to start a fight right outside your window outside. And so they'll be fighting whatever, but there'll be keywords in their argument that you know it's for you because they're harassing you about the same things. A lot of times it's the same things over and over. And so they'll put those keywords in that argument or whatever. So you know that that's just a skit and they're doing it just to harass you. They'll also do a noise campaign where they want to sleep deprive you. So if you happen to be unlucky enough to live like on the bottom floor of an apartment building and have people living above you, or you stay in a hotel or motel with people that can occupy the space above you, they will literally wait until you're just about to fall asleep and then drop something on the floor really loud. So it jerks you out of sleep, and it messes up your nervous system. Plus, it's disturbing your sleep because now you're wide awake and probably have adrenaline running through your body, and now you have to try to go back to sleep again. And they'll keep doing that. And I don't know how they monitor when you're just about to fall asleep. It's almost like they're monitoring the brain waves, heart rate, something. I'm not quite sure how they're doing that, but they know. They know when you're just about to fall asleep, because right at that moment, they'll have someone drop something or someone make a lot of noise. And that's just the sleep part. They also do noise campaigns during the day to keep you nervous. I had a perp one time actually tell me something to the effect that what they were trying to do is break the nervous system. So they're trying to break you down. That's why I'm starting to think about this trauma-based mind control. Like, they're really trying to traumatize the victims as much as they can so that they can break them down and then build up into people that they weren't in the first place. Nowadays, it seems like what they're trying to do is well, a lot of people know about the false flag shootings that are happening in America. They actually have happened all around the world, but the big talk right now is about the ones in America, because they're trying to tighten up on gun restrictions or gun registration and whatever. So I think that's what's happened to a lot of those victims. I think they've gone through this trauma-based mind control where they're sleep deprived, they're subjected to noise campaigns during the day, they're targeted with weapons while they're awake, while they're asleep, to break them down, to traumatize them, so that they can be pushed into doing what the government wants them to do, whether it's shooting up the Navy Yard or the movie theater or whatever, because that seems to be their plan, is to pass more gun control laws and regulations and everything. So they need patsies to do that, and seems to be the way they're doing it. But yeah, during the day, when I had a job, I mean, I'd go to work, and I think I was being targeted with some other weapon that was giving me huge migraine headaches, so bad that you just want to get in a dark room, crawl up in bed and go to sleep, or sit in a bathtub. A lot of times I'd puke. I mean, it was really, really bad. And so when they're targeting you with all of that, and you're sick to survive, trying to hold on to your job, you're going to your work, people are repeating your thoughts, people are practicing skits around you to harass you. And then they have the noise campaign, where they have people by you, like, you know, making noise, tapping on things, and slamming, you know, certain things, making everything louder than it should be. Like, you go to the restroom to use the restroom, and someone comes in, it slams the bathroom door in there just to jolt you, you know, try to, you know, mess with your nervous system even more. And it doesn't sound like it's that until you realize that a single day, nonstop, for years. This is what they do. They target people every single day, nonstop, for years. Also, while they're using mind control technology in their heads, including dreams into their minds while they sleep at night. So it's really, it is the most horrible experience for anybody to ever have to go through. And that's why I think we need to keep making this public, because the more people that know what's going on, the more people will have to support banning this MK Ultra, or whatever they call it nowadays. I don't know what the exact name is that they'd be calling it now. But we need enough people to support the banning of the use of these weapons on the civilians, because that's what we all are. We're civilian citizens. I'm not, I don't have any way of fighting back. I have no weapon. I mean, it's war. They're basically causing a war upon the targets, and they're hiding in a room. We have no way to fight back. Oh, and one other thing I did want to mention is on the subject of like who they're targeting and why people are being targeted. I was homeless in Lodi for a while. I stayed at a homeless shelter, and these people started using the people around me to target me, but they also were targeting them. So I mean, I'm sitting, at a shelter, staying the night there. We have to leave during the day. So we're homeless during the day. You can't stay there during the day. You have to leave during the day and then go back at night to sleep. But I started noticing there are people there being targeted also. And that's why it doesn't make any sense to me. Like at first, I would, maybe they made a mistake with me. Maybe I did do something wrong that deserved targeting, and maybe these other targets, maybe there's something wrong with them. Maybe they did something. That's not it, because I've noticed people around me being targeted. My own boyfriend's being targeted now. What has Hans done? Hans has stood up against chemtrails. He was into the environmental stuff at first. He found out about the chemtrails. Now he does live streams about chemtrails. I watch him get targeted, so I know he's getting targeted. Why is he getting targeted? So I've just seen too many. I've seen too many people targeted for no reason at all. So I know this is not a legal program. These people are now criminals, criminal elements of the government that are using this power in any way that they want. I have a feeling they don't have any oversight. They don't have really too many protocols they have to follow as far as what they can and cannot do. It's just horrible. It's a horrible situation, and I just hope we could find, I mean, the targets are trying to bring this out in the open so that we can end this nightmare, but we really need the public's help too, because we can't do it alone. I mean, we're being targeted by the government already. We can't, we only have so much strength. So anyway, that's about it for now. I don't know, Hans, do you have anybody else that wanted to talk?
I'm checking here the live stream channel in the chat box. There are some people watching us. Hello to all who are live there. If you want to join this live stream, you can do it. There's no problem. There's no censorship here. I give you all the time you want to talk. So the only thing what you have to do is add me on Skype. We are using this day Skype. I also use Ubu, but now I use Skype. My username on Skype is PLC Cancun. PLC Cancun. So I add you at the moment. You send me a friend request, and I bring you in if you want to talk. If you don't want to talk, but you want to write, you can also use here this chat box, which is on, let's say, on the right side. I will show you that here. Okay, I popped it out so you can see it. There's a video section with all the videos I have still there. Then the social stream if you want to send something on Facebook or Twitter, or the chat box. Click here on the chat box and you can see. So I can see here invited 4 people. So that means 4 people are already watching here. And yeah, you can write down, so like I do it here. I write now hi, send, and this is me. So if you want to ask something, if you don't have a webcam or microphone, you also can write here, and I will try to answer, or Jennifer, who is still on Skype, she can answer you too. So yeah, it's up to you if you continue this program. I'm there for you, I'm doing the best I can do. I mean, I'm not rich, I don't work for anybody else, I work for myself because I like to help. So that is what I can do, open you the door that you can use this technology also for helping people. Okay, meanwhile, before I get here some inputs. Jennifer, when was the first time you felt that you're a victim? I don't know. I mean, maybe you felt it, or maybe you're now thinking back what all happened to you. Maybe you're even more years a victim. Tell us about this kind of experience. When did you wake up, or for how many years do you think you're a victim?
Yeah, well, from the time that I noticed, I'm gonna say it's about 8 to 10 years now. But when you really think back, like I think back to my childhood and everything, it's possible that I've been a victim since I was a child because weird things have always happened in my and everything. And my dad was military, so there's another check mark that he was in the military. And so it's possible. It's possible that I've always been a victim. But as far as I actually noticed the active harassment and targeting, I'm going to say it's about 8 to 10 years now.
This is incredible. I mean, on my own research, when I got in touch with this kind of topic, mind control and everything. I mean, I was so surprised because the first time people told me for how many years they are doing this. I mean, it's not just now, you know, when they started to have computers like we use it here for our homes. No, they're doing this since decades, since I don't know the exact number right now, but I think since the 40s or 50s. So that means like half of a century, more than 50 years. So I mean, it's incredible how long that is happening. I mean, it's the same thing with the chemtrails, because when I mean, the chemtrails are not right now on the sky. I mean, they're also since. I mean, they made experiments with the chemtrails since I think since the Second World War. When I have seen those videos on YouTube, there's some experiments. They have it like a curtain and whatever. And so I think they were developing all this technology since the I don't know 60, 70 years ago. It's horrible that they do that on people. I mean, we are doing nothing wrong. I mean, we are working, we are paying taxes, and what they're doing is using our taxes for paying this. Because I mean, I don't know how much that costs, that kind of technology to control people around the globe, because they're not only mind control victims in the United States, they're everywhere. I know, for example, Magnus Olsson, he's in Sweden, and I mean, it's in Europe, so they have or they have to use satellites to do that, because I mean, when it's on the other side of the earth, you cannot do that with normal antennas, you know? I mean, you need to have satellites and very, very expensive computers to make that, because it's I mean, going into a mind, reading it, manipulating it, taking out dreams or putting dreams in the mind. I mean, it's they're spending that money to make this shit, and instead to help. I mean, I like the electronic things and everything, you know, like computer games and to chat, making live streams. I mean, we can use that this technology for doing good things, to teach, for example. Like I do it also. I teach languages using the internet, and this would be a good thing, you know. But they are using the technology, like I see it usually, to hurt you, you know, and hurt other people. I'm also in some Facebook groups and see what they're posting, and it's horrible. Also the videos on YouTube of victims who talk about their experiences, and you say that should be punished by law. They should be in prison. They should be out of society, those people, because they are just yeah, you know, I mean, using the money what we are paying when we are buying stuff to pay that things, because someone has to buy those technology. They don't get it for free either, you know. So I mean, we really have to stop this, because it's it's getting worse every day. I see more and more people dying on the street. When you check out how many people are homeless now, not just in Mexico. Mexico, we have also thousands of people living in the street. Nobody takes care of them, you know. I mean, and for example, you, Jenny, your mind control tip, you told me you cannot even work because whenever you try to work, someone starts again to curb you, to attack you, maybe not in a physical way, you know, like punching or slapping or whatever, but hurting you in your mind, you know, when they set up those scenes and gang stalking and whatever they are doing. I mean, it's not correct. There's so many good people outside like you, and they're suffering from attacks, and that is made from the government, because if this would be a criminal group, I mean, the government would hound them down. I mean, because they would be like terrorists, you know. But we all know that the governments are behind many things, like the 9/11 issue, all those kind of wars they cause all around the world. So I think the real terrorists is the government. They should be investigated. I mean, if there's a CIA, FBI, and all those intelligence services around the world, if they have that kind of technology, there should be whistleblowers standing up right now who knows about that and do something. Because I mean, now you're a target. I feel also targeted now, and maybe everybody is a target, because what it seems is like it's kind of control. I mean, when I see all those kind of Big Brother cameras on the streets, face recognition and everything, I mean, we the people, we are not terrorists, we are not bad people, we are just doing our work, going home, everybody wants peace. We don't need this kind of cameras. I don't see any need for that they're spending millions or billions of dollars around the world for putting all this technology on the streets and all this. And I mean, we have to do something. We need whistleblowers. This is also my asking here. If you see the video, if you share it, maybe someone works at the FBI or CIA in the States. I mean, there's always some familiar who's working at the police station or whatever. Also tell about them what is happening, because you are also very soon a victim in this case, because we are all controlled. And what I think is when we raise the voice, they can take us out. They can take us out like this, because they know where we live, they know what we're doing. That's why there's Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook account almost, you know, billions of people. So they know exactly what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you like to do, where you are, the GPS, the cell phones. I mean, the technology, you cannot escape in this kind of system. So yeah, we have to do something as soon as possible, because if we don't raise the voice right now, the next generations of us, you know, in 20, 30 years, when we are all dead, they don't know anything about it. Because if you don't share, if you don't talk with the people, you will be like forgotten, you know. And the next generations, they just grow up at school, believe what they are getting taught in the class, you know, and going to work, doing whatever. And when someone wakes up, they take them out, because then the control is even much better than 2014. This live stream. So people, if you care, share. Caring is sharing. And if you know someone in the army, police, FBI, CIA, talk about him. Tell them that is really happening. I mean, this is not science fiction anymore. Okay, see here in the chat box, I will put it, let's say, on camera, so other people can read it too if you don't find the chat box. It says, heart has the power and the electromagnetic wave technology to project images and sounds. Okay, I know that also. I have been hearing sounds and feeling vibrations since June 2012. Then, I've seen drones flying over my home and even videotaped one aiming a light toward my window standing stationary in the sky for more than an hour. Have you been experiencing any of these things as well? Okay, I cannot answer this because here in Mexico, where I live, I don't have seen any drones yet, or maybe they're flying over us when we don't see it. But let's see if Jennifer has an answer for this. Wait a second, and I will put you in. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen drones myself, but I was harassed by a helicopter one time when also I went to Target, store Target. It seemed like they had the helicopter there just for me, just to scare me and whatever. Also, one night here in Mexico City, we did have something really strange happen. Hans and I had stayed up really late one night, and we stepped outside to have a cigarette outside the door, and we're just standing out there. It's the middle of the night, so there's nothing going on. It's real quiet, and all of a sudden, a big flash of light lit up the whole wall outside. I immediately went upstairs, looked for anywhere this light could have come from. I mean, we already live on the second floor, and then you can look upstairs to where there's the roof. And the roof is flat, so you could go up there and see if anyone was up there. And the houses here are kind of separated. They're close together a little bit, but they're separated enough that if someone was up there, they'd have to like jump a wall to get over to the other house. I didn't find anybody. I found nobody up there. I found nothing that could have made that light. I mean, you literally have to be like above us to shine that light through there. So we don't know what it was. It could have been a drone, or it could have been something, you know, that they were using to try to scare us or something. But it was just a really bright light lit up the whole wall, but there's no source of it. I couldn't find any source. So it could have been something like that, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah. What wanted this tell you? Yeah. I know a great person. Also, I have interviewed in other live streams. It's a guy who is I think the last survivor of the HARP team, of the original HARP team, when they before they shut it down, because now they have a new HARP system which is with another technology, but I will tell you the name is Billy Hayes, and he also I mean, he told me, or he told to the world, because I streamed that in my other live streams, that all the other people are getting killed. They had accidents, suicides or whatever, disappeared. I mean, he's, I think I don't know, one or the two more, I don't know how many, but I think he's one of the last survivors of the HARP thing. And when I asked him, is mind control connected with HARP or with chemtrails, and he said yes. And yeah, I mean, this is the answer I could give to the question what I saw here on the chat box on my live stream channel. So it's everything is connected, you know. I mean, the chemtrails, many people they still think it's just a plain normal trail, a contrail, how they call it, and they not even see it. When I ask people, did you what do you see on the sky when there's a chemtrail flying over their heads, and they say, what? I don't see anything. What UFO, whatever. I say, no, that. And then it's a plane. You know, when I finally recognize that, they think it's a plane. But I mean, there are always deniers, and what I have heard is that the same government is putting billions of dollars in the whole world to take out the believing in chemtrails of the people. You know, they're putting those kind of images in movies and commercials, even school books, in the new school books they use the NASA website. I mean, it's so much money putting in that the people accept those chemtrails like real contrails or whatever, and it's not true. I mean, here in Mexico, I have seen them with my own eyes, and I will make in fact, a 24 hours live stream next Saturday, it's March 15th. So, I mean, now this is a live stream about mind control, but just to tell you that we will go live very soon for 24 hours talking about this, because it's connected. I mean, I have to mention it, and as soon as I don't hear an official speaker or president talking, what is that and why it's not, I mean, if I don't hear any explanation, I keep on fighting for knowing the truth, because if they're hiding the truth, that means there is something serious happening. Like the chemtrail pilot, the pilot I interviewed, who admitted that chemtrails are a necessary evil, that is now even making me more stronger to fight, because it was a pilot I asked, that video was censored right away, and I mean, there's something really happening, and we have to find out the truth. And as I mean, if there are people, the Ayres or the Bank, I think there's a website, the name is Bank, something like that, they're brainwashing the people, you know. I mean, you know something good, and they're saying, oh, it's a lie, you know, and many people believe them now. So, but we have to be strong, continue researching, sharing whatever, what we find out, and try to go also to the media, how you say, to TV, the media, you know, and newspapers. I mean, it's very difficult, because everything is so controlled, so censored, that we cannot go so fast to the studio and talking about that. But this is the only way I see to wake up more people, because the most people of us believe in what they're seeing on TV, what they're reading on the newspapers. So if we can reach that, if someone of you has a friend who is working a radio station, a reporter, maybe there's kind of chance to talk about it. And I mean, also those people who are working there, even if they get the order to don't talk about this, they have to wake up and say, it's also because of my family. Maybe they say, yeah, right, my daughter has the same symptoms like Jennifer. Maybe I mean, help the people. If you're helping the government with their plan, I mean, I have heard even of depopulation and whatever. I mean, this is really happening. If you see that, people are dying earlier, life is getting more expensive. They say the whole world is in debt, you know. I don't see why we are in debt. I mean, we are paying everything. There shouldn't be any debt. So I mean, there's so much wrong here, and yeah, we have to wake up the people to go out of the system. Don't buy in those kind of stores, Walmarts, where they use your taxes for this technology, for example. Go to street markets like here in Mexico. I mean, then the money is between the people, not for the government, because of any beer you buy, any food, whatever, apple in the Walmart, for example, those cents are going to the government, and they use that for the weapons, mind control, chemtrails, and whatever, because it's the only way they get the money, you know. Okay, I get a new message here. It says, chemtrails are over my home almost daily. I have come down with Morgellons disease, and I can tell that the sensations increase when the heart vibrations are activated at night. Yes. Okay, yeah, I mean, with Morgellons, that is also a thing, what I can tell you a bit. I mean, yesterday I had a short interview in a radio station, and I show my hand. I mean, I cannot say 100% this is made by chemtrails, but there are some, how do you say, bulbs, or I don't know, the other hand too, those points. And many people have called me on Facebook, no, this is, you have more gallons. I don't know. And you know what is the funny thing here? I went to the doctor, and not just one doctor, I went to many doctors, showed them the hands. They say, okay, one thought is herpes. Of course, it's not herpes. The other doctor said, I never have seen that in my life, you have to go to a special doctor. I went to a special doctor, and you know, in Mexico we have even a free health security, something like that. And they told me even there are more people with this kind of symptoms. I mean, I have it just on my hands, and Jennifer, I don't know if maybe you will show your hands also the camera. You have to do it that the people see that I know a lot. And before you do that, okay, the doctors never have seen that before. They try it to cure with some pills and this. I don't like medicine at all, but I tried to take it because I didn't see any other option at the moment. Once last year it was so bad that I was bleeding here. It was breaking out the whole skin, and I was bleeding. Now it's getting much better, but it's there. And many people have the same symptoms. And it's not because there's a dirty house or whatever. I keep my house clean. And I mean, the only thing what I can imagine is that it goes into the body by eating. Maybe it's GMO food, I don't know, because there's also so many poison in the food, even in water. Or, I mean, there's smart dust. There are also so many videos on YouTube. People who don't know what is a smart dust. It's intelligent particles, you know, they're going into your body. And I mean, there's nanotechnology. It's nothing new. I mean, this is already documented and even officially websites. Nanotechnology, mini robots, you know, going into your body. They can even provoke you a heart attack, for example. I mean, there are many things in the air we don't know yet, because I mean, I don't have a laboratory to analyze every drop. I find when, you know, when it's raining, for example, when the chemical is over my house, or I cannot analyze that. But it's also another idea. If people are watching this know people in a laboratory, also please maybe pilots. Maybe someone has a pilot like a brother or cousin or whatever, and also fly over the clouds and see if you're seeing those kind of chemtrailers, taking pictures or whatever. I mean, we have to be together on this. I mean, I cannot do more than talk about it, invite people, research also, and give some news. But we need, like I said some minutes before, we need whistleblowers, we need people to cooperate, because it's about your kids, about your family, about your grandkids, or how you call it, you know, the next generation in short words. Because if we don't fix the problem now, then who will do it? Okay, Jenny, if you want, show us your hands. I don't know if you still have it. Wait a second, I mute myself.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of clearing up now, but so I don't know if you can see it, but it was all red, like right here, and itchy.
Yeah. And
they kind of popped. The bubble kind of looked the same as what Hans has on his hand. It's like something's bubbling up from underneath. Mm-hmm. And but mine are on. It's on top of my hand, and I had it here, and then a little bit on this hand too. But I don't know if you can still see it because it is clearing up. The strange thing is, I also have something else going on where I'm getting swollen. Like my whole body kind of swells up. When I was in California, I contributed a lot of the swelling to the mind control technology. Like I'd wake up in the morning, my cheeks would be like hot, red, and puffy. And so I thought maybe this also has to do with that. It seems to all flare up at the same time, but who knows, maybe it's the body like fighting off whatever's in the chemtrails, because it seems like Morgellons might be something like that, where most people tolerate it. Maybe there's a certain percentage who don't. and so maybe that's why they're having skin rashes and whatnot. But yeah, these on my hand, it had bubbled up. There was like all these little bubbles like coming up from underneath, and it itched and stuff. And they kind of, it kind of looks like it's like the hair follicle is swollen, but it's pretty cleared up right now. Yeah, I mean, it could be, it could be the chemtrails. I mean, I don't remember having this growing up on my hands, so it could be something new that's being caused by the environment or something. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just glad it's going away right now.
Yeah. What I think is with that kind of technology, they can activate it and deactivate it. I mean, I had some weeks almost 100% clean. You know, I mean, nothing here on the hands, everything fine. And then suddenly I got it again. It's the same what's happening with the flu. I mean, isn't that kind of weird that a certain day the whole world get flu? I mean, well, what about all those people who are really working in those kind of countries where it's so cold, like the Eskimos, you know? I mean, they don't have the flu. I mean, for me, for example, the flu is another thing. There's a word out that it says it's a chem flu, because if we are analyzing all this, you know, if you watch TV, you see much more commercials selling medicines, for example, like yeah, with the flu, with the coughing and this and that. So I mean, what I think is everything is connecting the dots, or how you can say that, you know. I mean, everything is connected, you know. So what I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think all those pharmaceutical companies are also part of this, because it's money. Remember the swine flu some years ago, the whatever, H1N1 or whatever it was called, was a panic situation. It's a pandemia, you know. And I asked here the doctors in Mexico City, is it really true? Should I have to wear all this cover things for the mouth and medicine and this and that? And they all told me that they never have seen a case, and they don't believe it. And I mean, it's like when you're a lawyer, when you're a teacher, you are in your group, and the doctors, they also they're in a group, and they told me all. I mean, 2 doctors, but they have contact with other hundreds of doctors, whatever. They say it was a fraud. It not even existed. And if this kind of things exist, is because they are spraying at certain people, activate that kind of virus or flu or whatever. And yeah, okay, let me read this another comment. I'm going to say. Okay, yeah, Jennifer has to go, I think so. She will say the last words. Let me mute myself and bring Jennifer in. Okay, Jenny?
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say goodbye. I said pretty much everything I have to say for right now. Yeah, so I mean, if you're a member of the public and you're not a targeted individual, please research this topic, because there's a lot of people that are suffering, and it's only a matter of time before you realize that you're being targeted or your loved ones are being targeted. So it's a really good idea to get educated in this topic and get involved if you can, you know. Anyways, I hope all the targets are doing okay. I know it sucks for us. It's been such a difficult time. So all we can do is stick together and keep talking and get stronger, and just see, you know, how many people we can wake up and maybe start knocking on some doors and get someone to listen. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll give you back to Hans. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for your input here, and yeah, I also will close the live stream in some seconds or minutes. So, okay, see you later. And okay, I will say also thank you. Okay, yes, hang up the Skype call. Okay, yeah, I will put the last chat here for people who couldn't read it. Now you can read it. I hope it's clear enough. Because of the harm thing and the gallons and everything. Okay, what was news? Get a pocket microscope and look at it. Yeah, I would like that. I would love that to really see if the things are moving there, you know, Morgellon worms or whatever they are. And then it says the NIH knows about it. Okay, they put up a hidden page which can be seen on morgellonsexposed.com. Is a genetic manipulation, and then it says they say that 5, I don't know how to say that in English, of all Morgellon sufferers are Rh negative. I didn't know about that. Okay, and yes, it attacks the immune system. I agree the pharmaceutical industry is complicit. Yes, of course. I mean, this is where the money comes from, you know. I mean, we just have to follow where the money goes, and we get to the pyramid, because we are down, you know. We are feeding those who are up. So I think it's not even impossible to find the really people in power and our killers, you know, our torturers, because yeah, we should take some time. I mean, I'm in Mexico City. I don't even have a car. I don't have money to go around. But if there's someone, even private detectives, they have some ideas how to find those kind of people. I mean, there's private. I mean, private detective means that they're private. There's no government detectives. I mean, when I was young, I wanted to be a detective. Shit, I shouldn't take that serious and work on it, because I like to investigate, you know. But okay, it's gone now for me. But maybe there's some private detectives outside. They have also great kind of technology, spy cams and whatever, like James Bond. I mean, that would be cool if someone really would help us to find out what's really happening, you know, when they have some conversations, a meeting. What I think also the Bilderberg group, you know, they have a meeting every year where all those power people in power meeting, and they don't say it public what they are talking inside. So I think they get instructions from someone up, you know. I mean, we know all that even the presidents are puppets. I mean, there's a power behind all those public figures, you know. And if they wanna say something different, or they're against what they get ordered, they get killed, like John F. Kennedy, like Colosio in Mexico. There was a almost president here, but they shot him in the same way like they did it with John F. Kennedy. So if you're against the government, they take you out anyway. So I mean, but we have to be strong. We have to make maybe a sacrifice also. I mean, my sacrifice, I'm doing it right now. I expose myself. I talk, like Jennifer did it, and I got also hit on my head. I think 2 years ago, because first I was publishing stuff on Facebook. Then first I got a warning. Yeah, don't publish this, or something will happen, whatever, you know. And then other day I went to work and I got hit on my head, and but I survived it, and I'm still continuing. And now, I mean, if you are an activist, and if you're really here and having friends, it's very difficult that they take you out, because then it would really look like an assassination. That's why we are still alive. So don't fear it, because fear is their power. Love is our power. If you fear it and say, no, better I don't say anything, I shut my mouth and just let it happen, then you're signing your own testament. Because if you don't do anything, it's just giving them the power to continue. So I mean, what I can say, be strong. Also see your friends, because many people say, if I talk about this, I will lose all my friends. Fuck those friends. They are not your friends. If your friends are, if they love you, they will accept you with what you with the problem you have or feel, or the help you need. If you need a home, if you're homeless, then you really can see who is your friend, because that's what friends are for, right? If, for example, if I'm hungry, I won't be that proud to say, no, I won't ask someone, please give me to eat. If I'm really hungry, I will really see if my friends are really helping me, because, you know, the friends say, no, whenever you want, you're invited, mi casa es tu casa, my house is your house, and when they are denying this, it's better don't lose that your time for those kind of people who are not really your friends or your family. And even if you're kind of alone, but anyway, you won't be alone. There's thousands of people like you and me, like Jenny, like all those Facebook people. We are, I think, the really friends in this case. So you are not alone. Join the group, join the people, make new friends who are on your side, and let those who don't give a fuck or shit or whatever for those words, don't waste your time with those kind of people. I also lost a lot of friends. So what? I mean, I feel free. I feel like being with honest people. If I have a meeting with a friend, I still have some friends, of course, but then I really feel like loved. I feel like I have a friend, you know, and not being in a false world of like, you know, like, don't talk about this here because the people will think you're crazy or whatever. No, no, no. Be strong. Make some sacrifices. Get rid of those kind of friends who are just criticizing you because they're not your friends. Even if you're on Facebook seeing that they are, instead of trying to help you, giving you advices, if they're just criticizing you, delete them. It's the best way to get your Facebook also clean for good people, you know. I mean, we have to stick together, people, and yeah. And this is what I can offer you, making those live streams. It was a pity that today nobody called in, but I can continue. I mean, this is not the last live stream. Next live stream will be next weekend, actually, the 15th until 16th of March, and will be 24 hours, and we will keep talking about this because everything is connected. It's not just mind control, it's chemtrails, HARP, and everything is connected. So hope to see you soon again. And okay, I got the last words here. I've been getting warnings too, but still going forward. Yeah, stay strong. Please stay strong. Everybody stay strong. Because we don't have anything to lose, but we can win if we are okay, being together in this. Because if we don't do anything, anyway, we will be out of society soon. You know, people are getting less and less in this world because of this kind of technology. I have seen also on Facebook when I say happy birthday, for example, to someone, and they say he already died. So I mean, this is, we have to stop that. We have to be together, because if not, we really will die, and nobody, not even, will know because of what. And if you are dying without getting the word out, they will just say, anyway, he was crazy, you know. We are not crazy. This is happening. It's not science fiction anymore. And yes, sorry for my emotions now, but I cannot be quiet. That's why I'm doing that, and I hope people wake up, share this, be friends with the good friends, and let's unite. Also, other people who are doing the same live streams, radio shows, or whatever. I mean, I have 5,000 Facebook friends. I have, I don't know, 1,000 people who like my project on my other page on YouTube. But there are also other people of other groups. They have maybe 10,000 or 1,000 just, I don't know. But if we are united, because we are on the same side and we have the same enemy, so we have to unite. What I can offer you, I don't want to be the head here. I'm just one of you. I'm just one member of this great peace army here. So let's unite, you know. What I want to see before I die is that we really have done something positive here, that we have saved some people and get some motherfuckers into the jail, you know. yeah, really. I mean, they don't deserve to breathe our air, you know. I mean, they're taking our air, poisoning our air. So yeah, okay, let's forget it for today. I'm tired, and thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week again. And for anything what I can or help, just talking, whatever, you can inbox me on my Facebook page. It's you can find me Hans Oehlers, or yeah, download the YouTube video. I will upload that immediately. You can find all those links, and we can connect at least between us. And yeah, let's see you soon again. Have a great day, my friends, and see you next week. Peace.